Hey, 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 Carol. How are you doing, sweetie? I hope you're well. Oh, my head in.
What are you looking at?
Because we're talking to ourselves.
I feel most days.
We're talking to ourselves. Just need to do something. Turn that down.
Hey, mate, Dave, Gemma.
Evening, everybody.
Hey, Trace. E.
Trace E. Yes.
Yo,
Oh.
Antoinette.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hiya, do you knows? Good evening, Mr. Mason. Good evening, Gems. Evening, Ames.
I do it on purpose.
What?
Call her Trace.
Tracy. Yeah, get him soon, though. Oh, how's everybody been? You guys so much that I have a day job. Oh, bless you. Oh, I hope it's all going well, though, Ames. It's good that you've got a day job, sweets. You haven't accepted me on members.
Oh, you naughty girl.
I'm on.
There you go.
I'm done.
Andrew. I'm a Billy No Mates.
Oops. Nearly did something I shouldn't have done then. Evening, Andrew. I'm Billy No Mates. You're not Billy No Mates. Evening, Sharon. So, how's everybody been? I apologise. Watch out for. I don't know if any mods are coming on to join us. I've sent link in mod chat for moderators if they want to come on and join us. I think Claire's going to pop on. I'm not sure. But yeah. So, how's everybody been? Evening, Diane. I hope everybody's been well. I do apologise. Starting from tomorrow, we're back doing lives as normal. It's just been a little bit difficult at minute, isn't it? It's busy doing flowers of 2 funerals. Bless you. Hey, Debbie.
Mankey.
New jobs. Can't run as much as I'd like. So when I can't, that's brilliant, Debbie, that you've got a new job, my lovely.
What's Mankey?
And you can always catch up. What's Mankey? I don't know. What's Mankey's like dirty?
Yeah, I know.
Dirty.
What I'm saying.
Hey, on Hollybob's mode, I bet you're, Dave. I bet you are. It started raining. Hey, Kaz. It has started raining. It's been raining here all day. It's shocking.
David got a mankini.
Oh, it might be coming in a mankini. Gemma finally back on track with the Slimming World. Oh, bless you, Gemma. It's good to, do you know, we've had that week away and we have it. Obviously, you're on holiday, so you sort of like cheat eat, don't you? Hey, Judith. Oi, Nanny Lane. But yeah, and it's difficult, I think, when you've come off an eating plan. I've been back on it though since Sunday, so I'm hoping that on Thursday morning when I get on scales, I've got a loss. So we'll see. I'm back to doing my fasting.
Been chucking it down all day here.
I've been manky, had flu and pneumonia, jab Saturday and feel manky and crap. Oh, bless you, Trace. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Evening, Mark, my lovely. Pissing down here in Littlehampton. Oh, no.
It's pissing down here in Sheffield.
It's a pink mankini. Oh, my hair's falling out.
Oi.
I've been eating cake. What cake you been eating? I've been eating cake, but I've been eating, what is it, Claire's that cake? Here. Oh, Claire's here. Hello.
Hello.
You're very quiet. Hang on, we need to turn our volume up because you're very, very quiet our end.
It's your laptop, I have no idea.
It's not my laptop. I don't know how you turn volume up.
I am quiet.
That's it. I can hear you now. Oh, thank you. I've washed it, yo. So it's I'm letting it dry before I straighten it.
First time in how long?
Perspring from the sky here. Very good. We're off by raincoats. I think you'll need raincoats up here. We've got a nice day tomorrow, so we are going to be out on investigation tomorrow night. Morning, Steve.
Morning, Steve. Hope you're all right there.
If any moderators want to join, we've got Claire. You can join through Mod Chat, and we've got Claire joining us this evening.
Hello. I'm sorry I can't see chat.
Can't you see chat? Have you got? Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
That's okay. It is. It's difficult, isn't it, to see chat. Thank you for sharing. I've been naughty made millionaire cheesecake. Oh my God, Debbie. I love cheesecakes, any cheesecakes. But yeah, tomorrow night we are going to be back out on location. It's going to be one that we can try and get Big Red round, where there's no bumps and no pebbles. Do you know? So it's like a smooth pass. So we'll have to have a look at one where we're going to go, but we are going to be live tomorrow night. So we've got no rain, Claire. So if you're up for it, Chit,
yeah, definitely.
we can. Going to be back out. I won't join. I'm in bed stalkers.
Yeah, get some more viewers.
Just do your shoulder. So no jumps or drifting then.
No, she just ran over my foot.
Yeah, I keep running over John's feet.
She did it twice on holiday.
I did. I got him twice with Claire on holiday. Big Red over his feet.
It shouldn't have such big feet, Lindsay.
It shouldn't have such big feet, no.
You know what they say about men with big feet, don't you?
No, what?
No. It's a lie.
They wear big shoes, do they? Do you know? But yeah, so I'm feeling a bit better, not 100%, but I'm a little bit better in myself. You need some of the weight driver boots, John, the old school style, and missed your laugh, Lindsay. Bless you. So what you been up to, Claire? Any knowledgeable information to share?
Yes, I've got plasterboards on my walls.
So I take it they've been in then today and started doing. That's good.
Yeah, I've had no plaster on my stairs for nearly 2 years.
Oh, bless you. Well, at least workmen are in that, getting it done.
They are.
It's been difficult, hasn't it, with COVID? Hey, Kibbis, my lovely. Hope you sweets. Hope you sweets. Sweets. I'm doing okay, Sharon. John's doing okay. Again, I think it's just the process that John's got to go through, that everybody goes through. My mood's been a bit down just because of the pain level that I'm in. So that's like caused a few issues. I've had a whinge to Claire. I've had a whinge to Yolanda.
That's what we're here for.
And so feeling a little bit better. And Gemma messaged me earlier to see how I was as well. I've been talking, so I feel a little bit better in myself. But it's just difficult. Grieving is shy, and obviously, like you say, it's the process. John has to go through that. It's awful because you have to go through a grieving process on your own. Nobody, because you all grieve differently, don't you? So because it's that grieving on your own kind of thing, you're there to support, but you still can't put your. Do you know what I mean? It's so difficult, isn't it? It's just a bad situation. Are you feeling any better, Lindsay? A little bit, Antoinette. Thank you, Kelly. Have you looked into CBD? Yes, I'm going to be ringing somebody tomorrow that deals with all CBDs, and so I'm going to get in touch with them. But I've been in touch with hospital this morning. Evening, Katie. Thanks, Yo-Yo. Nothing like Chip Fat Tuesday to cheer you up. Exactly. But doctors has phoned me this morning. I've had a phone call consultant from Pain Clinic. They're going to change my meds. They're looking at Oromorph, but when I was talking to Claire earlier, there's some other medication that I can ask for instead of Oromorph, which might be better for me. So I'm just waiting for them to phone me now to discuss medication, and they're sending me for another MRI scan, which I know it's going to show up. It's going to show something else up, but unfortunately, I just need to get on top of this pain, and then I'll be fine. Kibis, have you tried it? Have you tried CBD? Who's tried CBD oil? Or
There were a thing on news. There were a thing on news the other day. I don't know if anyone saw it, and they're actually doing proper clinical trials with it now. They're saying that they're saying that it's good for arthritis, depression, anxiety. But they're actually properly testing it.
And I suppose if they're testing it on NHS, the strength levels that they can give you.
Yeah, it's not the CBD that you can get in the shops. It's so like Holland and Barrett, for example.
Yep.
It is the proper stuff, because obviously they're not legally allowed at the minute to sell over a certain milligram or whatever. So it is properly extracted.
Do you know, Claire?
I think CBDs are brilliant, but we've been into some shops, and when you go in, the low CBD, the low percent CBD are quite cheap, but then when you get to A ones, you're like 70, 80 quid for a little bottle, and you think,
and it's still not enough.
It's not to do what you need it to do. You're nowhere near.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that you need. But no, it's not going to do what you want it to do.
Yeah. Thinking about giving Boris. I'm thinking about giving Fifi CBD when we're in car. Try and calm her down a bit. Tried it, but no effect on me. I think it's down to strength yo-yo. I did for sleep, Yolanda, and it helped, but haven't needed it.
See, that's a good idea, Kate.
Out there and it works, I suppose, and it's natural. Exactly. Kelly's been taking CBD for the last 3 years because she suffers from anxiety. Can't leave the house without taking it, and it really does work wonders. Should try it. Yeah, I will do, Kelly, my lovely. Thank you. Kate, I smoke rather than CBD oils because I find that they are strong enough to help for a decent price. Yes, the green leaves, the green tea is especially
green tea.
It's green tea. She put a tea leaf up.
What a tea leaf?
It were a tea leaf. Yes, I mean, to be honest, I'm off tempted to try some because I know in past it's worked when I've had it on pain level, because I think it just relaxes your body. But I'm going to see what I can sort out with GP first, and if that can't work, then I'm going to be trying other alternatives.
The thing is, though, Lindsay, you can't stay in pain.
I know you can't. I can't because it just. People that suffer with pain, and it's even whether it's a strong pain, a small pain, if it's a constant pain, you can't live with. You can't, because it just affects. It affects your moods. It affects you. It affects the way you think, the way you want to live. It's
it gets to your mental.
It brings on the anxiety. It brings on everything else. Thing is, I know Amy's put it's a muscle relaxer, but the thing is with mine, it's not my muscles, it's nerve. So there's a big difference, because it's not to relax my muscles. It's for nerve pain. So it's.
Does it work for nerves?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's not good me taking it if you get on my nerves.
I get on your nerves even more then. It does, Judith. It does make you feel sick with pain. It does. It's fab for pain, Lindsay. Oh, that's all right then, Sharon. I'll try it. But yeah, it's like I said. Amy's put it works on nerve pain as well. Fibro. It's awful. Yep. Again, do you know, if you've never tried it before, it's better to try early evening, small amount, and macro dose throughout the evening, and the relief is mind blowing. Thank you, Katie, for that, my sweets. I think I'll look into that and give it and see what I think. Boy. Evening, Scots. I think a few fibro people I know of CBD oil. Yeah, I think it's like you say, to live with anything that disrupts normality. You just can't explain it, can you?
It takes its toll on you.
Yeah, you can't. I can't explain the pain level that I'm going. It was like when we were on phone today, and she asked me to describe my pain. I'm like, how do you want me to describe it? I says, on my left side, going down, it's going into all my left side and into my bum really, really badly, and like down into the top of my leg. And I says, all I can describe it to you is like a really bad cramp. Somebody sticking sharp knives into my leg, dragging it down, and then every movement after that, it's just like it's making me. It's hurt. Do you know? I can't. I just
I hate it. I hate it when they ask you what kind of pain is it. How's your what's your pain like? What kind of pain is it? Is it a sharp pain, a stabbing pain? I can never describe the pain. It hurts.
That's all. That's the only thing you can say is it hurts. I'm uncomfortable. It's making me cry. Yeah. It's making me, you know, and
I can never describe it.
Yeah, lady I talked to today was she was really good, but I think she's more of making sure I'm okay. So she's going to be phoning me back. I'm going to have contact with her while she's getting everything sorted. So it's good. What's my condition? Well, I've got degenerative spine disorder, but I've got what she called it with nerve. She's called it something with nerve today, and it's not trapped nerve. It's because of my nerve sandwiched between my two bones, but there's a certain name for it, and I can't remember what she's called it. But I've got sciatica, arthritis in both legs, severe arthritis in certain points, and it just constantly, all the lower body is buggered. So I'm looking on eBay to see if anybody wants to sell me half the body. I'm going to say to doctor, I want a robotic body. If they can give me a robotic body, waist down, I'd take it.
Spondylo.
I don't know. She said the name for it. So yeah, same as you, Andrew. Hercules, I'm going to have to investigate a good pinched quality nerve. One. Pinched nerve, I think that's what she called it. But there's that's this layman's term for it, a pinched nerve.
Nerve roots branch off of the cord and go between each vertebrae.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. Anyway, anything, just do you know what, guys, just don't even it's not even worth a comment, sweet, so just leave it, we sorted it. But yeah, fibromyalgia artist, I can't read that one, is really, it is. It definitely is Cubis. But yeah, I mean, Claire, you suffer though, don't you, as well, with pain and stuff?
Yeah, I've got some type of myalgia. And there's a part of my brain here, it's got like white dots on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what terminology is for it, or which part of the brain it is, but it makes me go off balance.
Yeah.
I forget things. I can be talking and then I'll forget what I'm saying. Or,
Normal.
Yeah, just normal. But yeah, I'm in pain as well. And again, nerves. Just had an X-ray on my hip today. But yeah, I'm constantly in pain every day.
Yeah, and it you know, your heart goes out to everybody.
And it's the nerve pain. It's just, it's like the pain's not. They used to say to me, the pain's not real, but to you it is, because it's nerve pain. So one day I can wake up and feel like I broke my arm. I haven't, but it feels like
that's
I have.
What it feels like. Yeah.
So there's no actual damage to my arm. It's the nerves.
Yeah.
But the pain is real.
It is real, even though they'll say to you, "Oh, it's all in your head." It's not. It might be in my bloody head, but I'm actually feeling
the pain is real.
This pain. But yeah, I mean, it's like John. He has them cluster headaches. Anybody who suffers with a normal migraine, to suffer with a constant. I mean, obviously, I don't help John's headaches.
I get migraines.
I just laugh, and and it's just, do you know what I mean?
I get migraines, but I've got friends that have cluster headaches, and I've seen grown men in tears.
Yeah. It's bad. I mean, Nanny Lynn's she has cortisone injections in her knee, and I think Andrew put something similar. They tried me with them injections, you know, where they tried it with my leg and my ankle, you know, with arthritis, to see whether it had the steroid injections had helped, and they wouldn't help at all.
I hope you're not talking about Tracy, Dave.
What's he saying? I've got a big pain in the neck. Oh, do you know?
Lindsay, I'm just going to disappear for 1 minute because I'm going to log in on my laptop so I can read chat.
All right,
I feel really ignorant. See you in a minute.
Yeah, you can't see anybody, can you?
No,
All right,
no.
Claire. See you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye.
No. That's got no.
Oh, yeah.
No, I thought. Oh, go on then.
Because you have to move her off studio. So yeah, I don't think doctors actually understand how many different types. I don't think they do, Katie. I think what doctors do, they tend to class everybody with the same pain. So if you go in and you say that you've got pain, it's like they said, they just compare it to one level, and it's thingy. Are you coming off the wagon Monday night? I'm coming off the wagon Monday night. I'm gonna have a drink for your birthday. I hate them. They have to be the worst injections out. They have to get them in my shoulder. Yeah. No, it's not good. But evening, Peter. Hope you're well, my sweets. But yeah, I think everybody understands with pain level and how it's like you say, it can keep you locked in. It can keep you in your four walls, and it's just not a nice situation when you're stuck in your four walls and you don't have that company kind of thing. Have you got your new beds, Kelly? What you called them? Are you coming off wagon for Dave's birthday?
I am, yeah.
I have to inject every week for arthritis. Oh, Ainsley. Do you know, I wish we'd got a magical cure that we could wave his hands and say, do you know what, we can cure all illnesses. But whatever everybody suffers with, don't suffer on your own. We're all here, and you can message us, you can email us if you need to. Don't sit in silence and suffer in silence, because there's nothing worse than sitting in silence with it. So let's get talking about what we're going to have coming up. Who's driving? Taximan's driving. Taximan's going to be driving. So tomorrow night, John's going to be. We're going to be live again. I inject Metha Texas every Thursday. Inject. Oh, you inject as well, Antoinette. Wow. Amazing. We can't cure it. I know. Don't suffer alone. Come here every Tuesday and we can all moan together. Exactly. That's what we're here for. So everybody can say how they're feeling, you know. If you're having a bad day, put you're having a bad day. And hopefully we can all put a smile on your face before you leave. But yeah, so we are going to be, like I said, we are going to be going out tomorrow night on a investigation. It's a chemo drug. Oh, right, Antoinette. Evening, Dark Dreams. But yeah, so we're going to be out live tomorrow on investigation, and then I'm not sure where we're going to go. I'm going to try and find us a place that we obviously it's going to be one we've been to before, but I'm going to try and find it so it's good for Big Red, just so I can go along. Got MRI scan on 11th on my kidney. You have to keep us updated and let us know where it is. I'm on Monday, not sure what it's called. It's like Hummeria.
That's quite true, Incubus. It's very true.
If they cured it, they wouldn't make. They wouldn't incubate. It's why they don't cure a lot of things. Dark, what is SIBO? I suffer from heart failure. Oh, bless you, Kaz. Sending everybody loads of love and healing, and like I said, don't ever sit in silence. Messages, and we can chat that way. But yeah, you need a big poncho to cover Big Red up. I'm going to have a look and see. Oh, you have to let us know you get on at fracture clinic, Tracy, and let us see. SIBO is small intestine bacteria. Oh, bless you, Dark Dreams. Do you know, again, everybody's...
It's not far at all,
these all these things that people suffer with, it's just awful. It's awful. She's foot, bless her. What, with fracture clinic? It is divertic. Where's that one? I have diverticular cancer disease. Divert. I don't know what. I've not heard of that one. Not heard of that one. But yeah, is there any treatment for you, Doc? Can they get you any? Is there anything that helps? It's the case of some of my depression.
Claire's back,
the cause of
no
some of my depression and anxiety. Yeah.
No device.
She's popping up on screen, but she's got none of her devices connected. It's saying device not connected. So I don't know what she's doing. What she's better doing is coming on her phone and having a laptop up so she can see chat. I've had it about 10 years. Time was fobbed off as having IBS because I had a positive hydrogen breath test. It can be cured, but difficult. Oh, bless you. Well, make sure you look after yourself and make sure you put in right things into your body that your body needs, sweets, because it's got that, when that flares up, that's got to be horrendous. But diverticulitis is nasty. I'm gonna have to look what that is, Tracy, because like I say, I've not heard of that. What Ames has got, I know you can't. So yeah, and the doom and gloom in the world doesn't help. We seem under a permanent dark cloud. Do you know, Andrew? Again, she's doing it again. Look, device is not connected. Do you know what? It is doom and gloom out there. Evening, Jules, my lovely. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good, my sweets. It is doom and gloom out there, but you know what? And it's easy to say it, but if it's the media that's doing your head in, if it's the social media doing your head in, whatever it is that's causing you to feel negative, stop watching it. Start to come away from it, because I mean, I don't watch news or anything, and I wouldn't have known anything about petrol shortages or food shortages. Hey, Robbie. We are not alone. We are not, my lovely. But yeah, and because I don't watch it, I don't worry over it.
Like small pockets that develop in your stomach lining, intestines, and colon that can catch small food spots and get infected and makes you super sick.
Oh, bless you, Amy. I don't do social media anymore after severe bullying. Yeah, Doc. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, but best thing you can do is just ignore them if you can, because it's just upsetting when there's cyberbullying going off. There's really no need for it. Not in my opinion. But yeah, did you see people saw the space rocket thing last night thinking it was a UFO? No, Gemma, I've not even heard anything about that. Day 3 on search for fuel, 3 miles in the tank. Bloody hell. Evening, Rob. Oh, I said well, evening, Rabbit. Oh no, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. One good thing though with social media is with where Facebook's concerned, you're more in control on Facebook than you are on YouTube. Because with she's here.
No, click off that and just click on the picture.
There we go.
She's back on her phone now.
She can see chat though now.
I can see chat. Hello, everybody.
I forgot what I was saying now. I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. I forgot what I was saying. But no, I'd never heard anything about any flying saucer. I'll have to go and have a look at that. That was it about Facebook and YouTube. At least with Facebook, you allow who you want on it. And once you've blocked them, and it's over and done with. And you have to accept friendship. So if you check their account date when it were made up, so like I've blocked somebody and then somebody comes under a different name and I don't know him, and the profile were made, say, I don't know, September 2020, I wouldn't add them. Because for me, they've not been on, unless it's somebody that's messaged me and said, I'm new coming on to Facebook, blah, 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 I've been watching you and chatting under such and such on YouTube, then it's different. But yeah, it's at least there you've got more control and there's less bullying if you can do it that way, and you just add the people that you need to add. It's hard for Asperger's as well as mental. Oh, bless you. I suffer with ADHD. split personality disorder. I've got a touch of Asperger's. I've got a touch of autism. But I got diagnosed with the evening terror. I got diagnosed with ADHD and split personality. But you're on a rainbow effect. So you tend to, if you've been diagnosed with one, you've got traits of the others. And it is difficult. It is difficult, Dardream, because your brain works so differently to how other people see it. So yeah, I get that, and especially when bullying comes into play, it's even harder.
The thing is, though, it's normal to you, isn't it?
Yeah,
because you've always thought like that.
This is, I mean, to be honest, when I was younger, Claire, it were a nightmare. It were a nightmare when I was younger. I were a nightmare myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a nightmare now. I say the wrong things often. But the thing is, Dark Dreams, like now you're talking to us and you're like, you've said sometimes you say things wrong. Do you know what comes out of my mouth is totally wrong half the time? I get so confused in what I'm saying. And like I've always said, like when you put a comment on like Facebook or YouTube or even text message, it so easily can be taken funny by other people that are reading it because there's no emotion behind a text message. So for me, I always make sure there's like laughing faces on there, or I'll put only joking. And people everybody gets used to how people comment, and they know when they're not being you can tell if somebody's being respectful in how they're commenting, I think. And I think that's where you have to look into it a little bit more, Dark Dreams. Do you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes, like you say, it's the no emotion behind things that makes it very difficult to read. It's like if Claire texts me, I don't know. So I've been talking to Claire at night before, and I could have put, I don't know. She could have said something, and I don't know what I could have added. But if I woke up to a message from Claire next morning, and it said, "Fuck off, Lindsay," and I'd be like, "What? Is that message, or is that have I done something to upset Claire?" Do you know?
Tell you what I do a lot. I tend to send a message and then overthink it after I've sent it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, what if they've took it this way? And then I'm like sending another message explaining what I meant.
I didn't mean to say it that way. This is how I do it. But you know, Yolanda does that.
Yeah, I do it.
Yolanda's exactly the same. I've noticed in mod chat, she'll say something, and then Yolanda does exactly the same. And I think we all do it, to be fair. I think it's not just you two. I think we all tend to do that.
Overthink everything.
Yeah, on our community page, you can't post anything without people jumping down your throat. See, that to me, Gemma, it's not nice that when that happens, because for me, a community page is about people being able to have their opinion but not get jumped on just because they've got a different opinion to you. I mean, we get loads jumping on, and like when we're doing a paranormal investigation and you see them in chat and they jump on and they'll put this as shit. Well, that's okay to say it's shit if they've watched us, but to just jump on and say that because they don't like paranormal stuff,
or to elaborate why.
Yeah, exactly. Elaborate why. Say, are we doing something that you think that... I'd rather him come on and say, have you tried doing it that way? Because it might make it better, rather than just coming out and saying it's shit. Do you know what I mean? Because you need to think of it. What's Steve put? Hang on a minute, Steve. I've jumped. Our 14-year-old has mild...
ADD, is it? Or
yeah,
ADHD?
and we have discovered that even in this day and age, the world doesn't cater for these conditions very well, and especially school. They can't get their head around the fact that their brain thinks it, and then it comes straight out of his mouth instead of pausing and thinking. But I think that it's like you say, I guess that's like trolls if they say something without watching it. Exactly, dog. It is. We are getting to know people, and people jumping on and trolling you. They've not actually got to know you, so they don't know, even Karen, they don't know if you're bad people, they don't know anything about you. So before people judge anybody, they should get to know them at least. Even if somebody said to you, don't have anything to do with that person, you need to find out for yourself.
Tracy Coffee,
you know. It's like Claire. Everybody told me she were a rating.
You were right.
I'm only messing. Claire knows I'm joking.
No, they were right.
You keep moving.
Sorry. But yeah. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to, hey, Lisa, you're well, my sweet. But yeah, it's but it isn't. You've got to get to know somebody, because there's no point going on what other people tell you, because there's a reason why they don't like them, and it might not be a genuine reason. It might be that they've just had a fallout, and it's like, do you know what I mean? So for me, always find out what people are like.
I'll tell you what I've learned as well is sometimes I'll meet somebody and first impressions are like, I'm not sure.
Yep.
And then they end up being my best friend, because you don't
talking
know how
about
to
me
take
now.
You don't know how to take them at the off sometimes.
Yeah.
So until you get to know their personality and their sense of humour and stuff.
Exactly.
You know, no, me and you click straight away.
But it's like,
you can't go off first impressions.
But it's like characters on here. We know, because we even though we've not met everybody in person.
I hope Tracy's making
we know the personalities that are the darker sense of humor, is it? So because you get to know people through chatting, you get to see what their personality is like. So you know the ones that are very dark and sarcastic. Do you know? I don't get sarcasm, and I don't get, as everybody knows, I don't get it. Or I'll take it that you're being serious with me when you like you've told me that I don't know. You tell me something's real and it's not real. And that there's quite a bit of that goes off. But everybody gets to know you because you get chatting, don't you? So you know, is Dave getting abused? Why Dave getting abused for his Orlick? Get Orlick's med, mate, get it Orlick's med. Lindsay doesn't get sarcasm. That's why she still thinks Leeds is north of Scotland and south of France.
And Bradford's near London.
Bradford's near London. Orlick's. Don't know what's worst, Orlick's or Ovaltine.
I love Orlick's.
So I can't speak openly. Is what Yolanda's saying. So I can't speak openly. Oh dear, I got a crude sense of humor, but I tend to censor myself on here, as I got booted from a few live streams for speaking my mind and swearing. Swearing, as long as it's not at anybody, we've got no problem. I mean, I slip out with a odd language, and it gets
odd.
I say it and I don't know it's come out. So yeah, odd language we don't mind, as long as it's not constant. Because obviously other people are reading it, and you've got to take into account.
That's a good idea, Shirley.
Everybody who's online, that not everybody likes swearing.
I'll stick to my rattler.
But the thing is, Doc, once you start coming on and getting to know everybody, we'll start working your personality out. So when you're saying stuff, even if you've got an opinion,
she does, Scotty.
Just be honest and just say it, because but again, like you said, the word in it sometimes can be misconstrued as being read wrong. But normally everybody on who watches us and who interacts in talking, they'll not just jump on you straight away. They'll question you first and say, oh, can you explain what do you mean by that? Or do you know what I mean? And as long as it's done in a respectful way, there's never ever no issues, is there? But yeah, it's she gets strikes for the swearing. Yeah.
I was talking to my mum actually the other day about swearing, because she's proper old school, so like swearing's a no-no. In fact, my dad once got glassed on a bus because people were swearing. This is when they were courting.
Yeah.
Some lads were swearing on the upstairs of the bus where they were sat, and he went over and asked them not to swear because my mum was on the bus. You know, proper gentleman days.
Yep.
And they ended up glassing him. And my mum really doesn't like swearing.
Yeah.
But I said to her, Mum, it's different today because swearing now, it's everyday language. It doesn't mean what it used to mean. It's the context. It's how you say it.
Yeah.
Most people, it's just everyday words now.
It is, and like you said,
unless you say it in a nasty way.
Do you think that? I've got to admit,
unless you say it in a nasty, way, it's just everyday language.
It is, because it's like Yolanda's just put, if I scream F off you, see you next Tuesday, it does save me having to see a therapist.
I don't swear in front of my mum.
Mum is the other way around and tends to swear a lot, except the C word. Yeah, but it's like Claire says, the context of it doesn't, not in conversation now, unless you're aiming it at somebody.
Yeah, I mean, she now swears, but she doesn't, use strong language. And I don't swear in front of her because she'd kill me. She might only be 5'1", but she'd kill me.
Well, it's funny because my mum were here the other day, and I mean, I do swear, but it's like I've got no control that what I'm. When I'm getting excited or telling my mum something, it just like comes out. And I've never heard my mum swear. The only swear word my mum's ever said is either bloody hell or bleeding hell. And they're the only two words.
That's my mum.
Chuffing hell, yeah. They're like really mild, but in 80s, they were really bad words. We couldn't say it. Do you know what I mean? And I said the F word in front of my mum the other day. And she looked at me and she just went, Lindsay. But it's like you said, but it's that respect thing though, Claire. Because again, I could be with you and Yolanda and John and Rob and whoever else, Dave, Tracy, and air could be blue.
Yeah.
But then we could go into a room and there might be, I don't know, let's say Steve, Antoinette,
Lindsay, I take you into posh restaurants and you're swearing at her.
Dark. Do you know what I mean? And you might not swear because they're there, because it's that respect level. Yeah, but the restaurants you take me in are posh, and I'm not being funny, but it's not that I don't respect the posh, because I do. I don't respect them when they look down the noses at me. Like when you walk into a restaurant and they look at you as if to say, "What? You shouldn't be in this kind of place." And make a beeline for me, then I make my presence well known, because I go extra loud.
I took you in a pub and you had so much to drink that day and you wanted to fight them because they're on about tattoos.
No, they were being disrespectful towards tattoos. But yeah, I am naughty.
I think you start from outside and work your way in.
I just use my fingers. I sit there with mushy peas or potatoes and just use my fingers as a spoon. And I have to wear a bib.
Well, you need to wear a bib.
However, in pubs, it's the other way, especially drunk people watching football. Exactly, Doc. So again, it's like where it's acceptable and where where it's acceptable and when it's not.
What I do find strange though is that I could be sat with you having a conversation and we'd be effing and blinding, and then my mum could come and it's just like a switch
turns,
and I don't have to prevent myself from swearing. I just don't.
Yeah,
it's like a switch just goes off, and then my mum could walk out.
You know what you remember though, Claire? You know what you remember? You remember that red hand mark left on your backside when you were younger that prevents you. Oh, Steve's put, my parents are in their 70s and always tried to watch my language around them, but on an odd occasion I slip up, I know about it, and my 70-year-old dad will take the piss out of me using every swear word he knows and at an elevated volume. Oh, do you order a burger?
My mum once caught me rodding her. she told me off, and I'd stormed upstairs, and she went dining room, and I'm on the stairs. So like, there's a wall between us, and I'm nodding behind wall, you know, being clever. She popped her head round and caught me. And I says, how did you know? She says, because I've been your age. She went and got this wooden like clog thing that she used to wear on her feet as slippers, and every step as I went upstairs, I got on backside, hiding off it.
Me and Yolanda were sailors in a past life. I remember playing 2-ball up the wall and said, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John next door. Neighbour carrying on.
Carry on. My dad slapped me
round the head. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. Yeah, exactly. That were another one. If you said the Lord's name, but again, to some people, to them it is disrespect, and this is why we said it's that respect line you've got to bring in, because there is people that will be offended by what we say or don't like how you say things. We can't please everybody, and everybody's going to slip up. And do you know, I might say, "Oh my God," or "Jesus Christ," or do you know? And it's like I'm not meaning it in a sense to be disrespectful to anybody's beliefs. It's just like that's just slipped out of my mouth.
If somebody don't like anybody taking Lord's name in vain, they really don't want to watch Sons of Anarchy.
No, they don't. Guess who's back again? War Dog is back again. You know, so I have to behave around my granddad. He's a vicar. No elbows on the. But
we weren't allowed elbows on the table.
Were you on about that? With elbows on, you couldn't have elbows on table.
No,
I could.
And to eat with your mouth closed and elbows off the table.
I could eat at table. I could sit there in chair and put my legs up on table, my elbows on table. No, I could even sit on table and eat my. See, I got we
elbows
just
off the table. And now
I would know, Claire.
And I'm conscious about my elbows.
See, I always, you know, even if we go into a restaurant now, there's been a few times where John said to me, elbows, and I've gone, what's up with you? And they're like, get your elbows off table, because I'll sit with elbows on table, and it's like, yeah. But it's strange.
We can put elbows on table, just not while we're eating. We used to get right told off.
I think the benches are for glasses, not horses. See, now, Steve, you call tables benches. A bench to us is actually a seat that we sit on.
No, because they have them benches outside pubs, don't they? So you won't sit on top, you sit on. It's all bench, isn't it? That.
If it's outside the pub, then you can sit on it.
No.
Oh, we used to get a slap off Nan for crossing knives on the table, so did it even more. Do you know?
We used to, when we were little, we used to have to put us knife and fork on us plate together.
Did you?
Yeah, and you'd finished.
Oh yeah, because it's together when you've finished, and it's
it's
like that.
Like
them pork twos, isn't it? If you've not finished.
Yeah.
It's good though, because you know when you go in some restaurants and they come and you've got your knife like that, they will take your plate because they're not educated enough, because they're not used to working in, because it's not a posh place, and then you can go, oi, I haven't finished with that fresh dish now, you just took my food away. That might be a great way to get a free meal.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, I miss those days, not being near anything inside since the start of the pandemic. You know, Doc, you're not on your own. There's so many of us that since beginning of pandemic, even now, we're still struggling to go outside. And I think for people that suffered with anxiety and depression and anything else that connects to the mind, if they struggled going outside before the pandemic, now we've been in lockdown for length of time, it's doubly harder to find that, to get yourself in a calm situation to even go to shops. Even now I know people that burst into tears because they've got to go shopping, because they've got to go out to Tesco's or they've got to go out to any other name brands. Do you know what I mean?
I haven't had the whole knife
because
and
it's just
elbow
too
thing.
much.
Never had a dining table. We always used to have to eat at dining table as a family.
We never really had a dining table thing. We were only just
always had to eat at a table.
So we didn't have tables. Just you sit on the floor in front of telly.
Oh, we
could only do that on a Sunday evening.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you had so strict upbringings.
You know what my dad's house anyway.
Yeah.
Dining room's in other room anyway, isn't
it's
it?
Nowhere near telly anyway. It's like nowhere near living room.
My dining room table is what I'm sat at now, and it is now my sort of desk. I never sit at my table to eat ever. It's always on a tray on my knee.
I'll tell you something. If you're using dining room table as a desk, if you want a desk, I can sell you a nice one.
It's a Yolanda's put, I confessed having a thing about bad table manners. Well, it's a good job we never used table when you were here, Yo-Yo. I have a dining table. We only sit it on Sunday dinner. We've got a dining table, but it's to put the shopping on top of. The wet washing, the dry washing when John sorted it. Scotty ate off the floor with his hands. With his toes. You've got to eat with your toes, Scots. I don't know. Yolanda, my nan was very old-fashioned. We are in the lower level of our second lockdown, and it is still mandatory to wear masks inside shops and anywhere else. You can't keep 2 meters safe distance from each other. So a lot of people still don't go out here as well. Do you know, it's awful, Steve? It's absolutely awful because it really is detrimental to people's health, this lockdown. And especially when they should have catered for it. That should have catered the wrong word, but I can't think of what word I'll need. They should have made sure that anybody that were living on their own had a companions or gave family time to... So family members could have gone, only one of them, but could have gone and stayed for a week, and then another family member go in and stay for a week and do that. And if you were like for us, so daughter could have come 1 weeks. Do you know what I mean? So you'd still got that connection because there's so many people out there that needed
I don't know. Another
support.
But another thing they could have done, I mean, I know it's different nowadays, but you could have in your community.
Yeah.
Do you know, they should let you at least like with your neighbours eat. So do you know what I mean?
So you've got that, yeah.
I'm surprised that my mum and dad survived each other, if I'm honest.
I know.
They're always fighting.
I nearly choked on my hair then. Lindsay, I'll have you know, I'm very...
Dexterous.
Is it ambidextrous?
No, ambidextrous means you can use either.
That's what Scotty is.
No, he's dexterous. He can use his...
hands and toes.
No, it just means he's very dexterous with his toes. He can use he's very good at using his toes.
Oh. But yeah, what do you think about these people fighting over gas? Total nutters, total nutcases. Anybody that does that, who goes out, filling up, and then filling up and filling up, filling up. You want your head looked at. Because you're causing problem, not the government's not causing the problem. Media started it, but we as people are continuing it in my eyes. We had 2 people who had 2 negative COVID tests, and they were allowed to include 1 person who was living alone in their family bubble for company. See, we weren't allowed that at first, I don't think. We weren't allowed anything. When I risk having the jab, I'm 50-50, could be severely...
allergic to the peg in a PG in it.
Was in an antibiotic. I needed a drill in an emergency setting. If it was the antibiotic, the jab will be okay. Well, I know me and John, we had fully jabbed. We had jabs when we first come. I know Claire, your allergy. How did you deal with it? Because I don't know whether you might have got something similar to Doc.
I had a really bad reaction to it. I mean, it weren't life-threatening or anything like that. But as soon as I had it, I sat down and I just felt, you know, when you can feel yourself, you're going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and
this nurse was just trying to talk to me, and I was slurring my words. She got me laid down, and my blood pressure had dropped really, really low, and my heart rate had gone really, really high. But I am allergic to most medication.
But they looked after they because they knew that though, Claire. They were on standby, weren't they?
Yeah, I told them before I went in. They just put a cuff on me, just monitored me, and they gave me 2 lots of antihistamines. And I was fine after that. Well, apart from like feeling like everybody else did, like AK.
But the thing is, it's quite scary. I mean, again, for Dark Dreams, his anxiety.
But for me, my anxiety levels were up here. So I think it was part anxiety as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made them aware before I went in. I had a nurse sit with me through the procedure, through me having my injection, which I didn't even feel.
Yeah.
And she sat with me after, and like I said, she tried talking to me, and I was trying to talk back, and she noticed me slurring, and they were straight on it, but all equipment's there. And I mean, I've had anaphylactic shock to medication before.
Yeah.
And I was fine.
Which one did you have? Did you have the Pfizer or the other one?
I had AstraZeneca.
You had AstraZeneca. Oxford. We had Pfizer. But yeah, Claire had AstraZeneca one, Darks.
I think if you've had anaphylactic shock to anything, they don't really want you to have Pfizer.
Yeah.
So I had Oxford.
Yeah, Oxford one. So I hope that helped.
And the second one, my anxiety levels were high again. But I took antihistamines before I went this time for my second one, and I was fine.
Yeah, you didn't. You weren't as bad, were you, with second one that you were?
No, it was just that feeling a bit, your arm aching and you're a bit tired.
But to be fair, Claire, do you know what we had? When me and John went for the first one, I started having a panic attack after I'd had it. Yeah. I got no. I didn't have any. I didn't feel AK. I didn't get any of that. I was fine. John, you did, didn't you? He felt achy and that for a few days.
I was achy. I'm just tired, really tired.
Yeah.
Knocked me sideways for a couple of days, and my arm ached for about a week. But apart from that,
I was same, Sharon. I had no side effects.
John, I know a lot of people have had that.
Yeah, but my anxiety level, I'd had injection, and I think because you read that you're on social media, and I was reading that. I mean, when COVID first started, I'd got telly on 24 hours a day, watching it, and my anxiety with that. Then they were coming out with vaccines, and everybody's saying, yeah, but they've only been out this long, and how can they have done it? People forget that COVID's been around for years.
Yeah.
They've got strains for certain types of COVID, which is why we have a flu jab every year. This is just another strain of the flu. It's just up in strain. So when people were saying, well, how can they treat this one with vaccine? It's only been because they'd already got vaccines made up that they were just adding different things to it. So it made it the speedier process. That's why they could get it so quick. But then you've got all this stuff coming on. Oh, they're poisoning you. They're not doing this. They're doing. So after we'd had it, we'd gone for injection, and because we'd had Pfizer, we had to sit in like a decking outside.
Yeah.
And we were sat in there, and next minute I just said to John, I says, I can taste it in him. I got like a metallic taste in my throat.
I got that taste at the back of my throat.
Yeah, and I said to John, I can taste that injection that they've put in me because I got all metallic. Next minute I says, John, I don't feel well. And I put my head in between my knees, and I was like trying to take deep breaths. Anyway, doctor come out, and they made me sit there. Well, they made us sit there for about an extra 20 minutes till I'd calmed down. And then after I'd had my second jab, we waited about 5 minutes when we should have waited 15 minutes. And I said, John, I'm going after 5 minutes. We got it. And just as we were driving off, I said to John, I'm having a panic attack. And I could feel the rush. But I think that's my own anxiety. That was my own fear of it, with what everything's been said and what I've read. However, I'm asthmatic, so I want a vaccine. I'm asthmatic as well. And I know I've just seen Urquibus has said no. And you know what, Urquibus, 100% respect to you, because for me, the only reason we had it is we have the flu jab every year. So for us, it's not a big deal having this. For people that don't have injections every year or don't have to have flu jabs every year, I can perfectly understand.
It should be a personal choice.
But nobody should be discredited or called names, or people shouldn't be disrespectful to them just because, again, it's that difference of opinions coming in that they don't want to put that shit in the body. Do you know? Whereas though, like I said, for me,
I was on the fence.
Yeah. I think a lot were for a long time.
Because of, like you've just said, I was constantly watching news.
Hey, Joe.
Hearing it causing this, causing that. I've got heart problems, and then it caused you to have a large heart. Well, I'd already got an enlarged heart, so it were all that, and then it were anxiety, like I say, of watching everything on news and like social media, people telling you all these horror stories that weren't even true.
Yeah.
And then obviously when we have an anaphylactic shock to CT contrast and reactions to most medications.
Yeah.
But what did it for me is with my dad having cancer.
Yeah, I'm going to read it in a minute. Yeah.
Because I want to spend time with him and I don't want to put him in danger. So that is what made my mind up for me. But I think had that not been the situation, I would probably still be sat here now umming and ahhing.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was because Jordan was type 1 and I couldn't go near her. Or, do you know what I mean? It was more dangerous. So for us, that were another.
He's type 1 diabetic as well. So it will.
Dark Dreams has put, would CBD beforehand be safe, or am I better off getting, say, Valium prescribed to take the risk and have the vaccine in a hospital setting? To be honest, I would speak to your GP about it. I would talk to your GP. We're not medical to say which is best way to do it, but I know that the GPs aren't against CBD, and they will give you better advice than anybody could on here. Dark Dreams, to be honest. So that'd be my thingy. Answer for that one, sweets. I'm in the middle of my Hep B course, so I can learn to take blood. Wow, good on you. Urquibus, so Urquibus comment.
Sharon, my partner won't have it, and I have no problem with that. That's his choice. I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree. Do you know what, Urquibus? I definitely agree. That I think that some people do have a stronger immune system than others that can fend off infections after infections. Oh, bless you, Jules, my lovely. Sending love to you, my darling, and to all family. It's so difficult to lose loved ones from COVID, because it's difficult because nobody were allowed into the hospitals. No. Nobody were. Do you know what I mean? So it was even extra hard for people to lose loved ones, and to something such as, I mean, obviously it's not like the normal flu bug. It is 1,000 times worse than flu bug because it's what it's doing to your immune system. It's your cells. The white cells aren't forming enough to help and everything else. And you know, it's just,
that's true.
It's awful. But yeah,
a friend of ours ended up in hospital with like dementia at the start of pandemic, and I've still not been able to see him now because you have to apply for visitation, and obviously family go, and I can't get to see him. It's been hard on everybody, hasn't it? But especially obviously for people that have lost loved ones.
It is, yeah.
It's been so hard.
Just so don't have a problem with people being anti-vax. I just have issues with people who spew absolute bullshit about it to scare others out of taking it. That's what I'm against, Scott. I don't like that. Again, it's people's free choice. If somebody wants to have it, nobody has to say it's going to do this, it's going to do that. It's got to be a free choice for people to take it. And maybe we'll try going back on pregabalon, as it totally wiped my anxiety out in the past. Damn panic disorder. I got. Do you know? If pregabalon helped, Dark, go and see GP and get back on that pregabalon, because at least you know that's worked for you, and it's something that you could do with having now, especially if that anxiety is stopping you from living your life, if that makes sense. My partner is the same, and that the reason we chose to have it, that and the fact that we have kids, so anything that gives us a chance to be around longer is always worth it to me. Yeah. I tested positive. I just shot screen up. Is she gone? I tested positive after I
LFT, I think, flow test, isn't it? Some flow test.
Negative, and PCR was positive, but I was sure it was just a cold. My heart goes out to everyone who lost loved ones. Yeah, so does ours.
Still not had his coffee, Dave.
Oh, you naughty, Dave. Go and get kettle on, Dave. Scotty turned into religion and politics insofar as people can get so abused. Exactly. He died at home alone. He caught it while he was in a hospital, but told he was all clear. That's heartbreaking, Jules. That's absolutely heartbreaking, though. I'm always, Jules' inbox is open, phone number's open if you need me. I hate the doctors. Hercubis put, I hate
doctors and
hospitals, last place on earth I want to go. Do you know what? I 100% agree, Hercubis. They're not the places that anybody really wants to go, are they? Sharon's put, my best friend caught COVID even though she was doubly jabbed. She's been so poorly for a fortnight, lost a stone in 10 days. That's heartbreaking. But again, just because you've had the jab, this is what people have got to understand. Yeah. It's not going to stop you getting it, but what it should help with is the symptoms of what you get. But if you've got underlying, like for me, if I get it, even though I'm double jabbed, I could get it bad because of the underlying I've got with asthma. Do you know? So even though I've had it, do you know what?
It's not 100% effective, though, is it?
No, it's not.
Well,
it's not.
So there is a small minority. So there is a small minority that will have the jabs that it won't work.
And it won't work. Yeah, yeah, because people's bodies work totally different. Yeah. But yeah. Both jabs. So why does it matter if I mix with people who have or haven't? It doesn't, Joe. It doesn't, and they shouldn't be. I mean, I think they're stopping that. I think they're putting a stop to that anyway. The worst. Last thing I heard were they were supposed to be sorting some passports out for pubs and clubs, and I think they've scrapped it, haven't they? Yeah, they've scrapped that idea because it's not going to work. It's not going to work because people aren't going to stop mixing. All they were doing then is they were trying to segregate people off, so it would have caused more anger than like what's already out there.
We're not forcing you to have it. It's your choice. It's, we're not taking that away from you. It's freedom of choice. But if you don't have it, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do other. Well, that's then taking that choice away because you're still then forcing people into having it.
Exactly. Yeah, you are. I mean, Steve's put, it doesn't protect you. It gives your body the knowledge to fight it so you have a better chance of recovery. Yeah. And that's really, that's what they should be telling people.
I'm saying I still wear a mask.
Do you know? That's what they should be telling people. This is the options that you've got, instead of saying you're not going to get it. Do you know, people are misreading what's being said and twisting what's being said.
I went to Meadowall on Sunday with my mum, and it's first time she's been in Meadowall since pandemic hit.
Wow.
She was so nervous, bless her. And I was walking around without a mask because, not that I'm being clever or anything like that, because I've been double jabbed. I know I can still get it, but I can't stand them. I can't breathe in them. So I keep my distance and I'm careful. But Mum, she was like, don't laugh at me, I'm going to wear my mask. I'm like, Mum, why would I laugh at you? I says, you're not going to be the only person wearing your mask.
No.
I says, if I were in a confined space, my mask would be on. Like if we were in a small shop, it would be on. But yeah, she was so nervous. So people are still finding it hard, aren't they, to get out?
They are still finding it hard. I hope it does stop. I hope it does stop.
But mask is a personal choice. Like I say, if I were to go in a small shop, it would be on.
But
if I'm going somewhere and I'm in there a long time, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
But I've had normality. I'm back at work.
It's like a
She's not got normality. She's retired, and her and my dad don't. Well, they've stopped going out.
Yeah.
When they first said that you didn't have to wear a mask anymore, we've got two large supermarkets down the road from us. We've got a Tesco's and a Sainsbury's. The day that they said you could stop. the day they said he could stop wearing them, Sainsbury's took all the arrows off at floor, took all the signs down and everything. But Tesco's kept them up and still up green light, and they're still asking you to wear them.
You know, but the thing is, to be honest, though, the amount of times my son's been pinged while he's been in Moz's.
It's unreal. What gets me though with masks is those that are wearing them are protecting those that don't. That's the stupid thing.
Yeah.
Those that don't
aren't
protecting other people.
No.
But those that do are the ones that are protecting. So if me and you went out and I wore a mask, I'm protecting you from catching something from me, not catching something from you.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's thinking about other people.
Yeah, it is.
But I tell you something, there were hardly anybody in Meadowhall wearing a mask.
No, I didn't think they would be. But I mean, with Meadowhall, I mean, I know you've got it's all air conditioned and everything else, and
but air conditioning spreads.
Well, it does. It does spread it through faster, doesn't it?
It does.
But yeah, it's.
Well, you said that, but one of the shops didn't. I was melting. It were broken.
Bloody hell. It's still mandatory in Scotland. It's still mandatory when we went down Newquay. But then again, Newquay and Cornwall and that was still
if you went into Cornwall, if you went into any of them shops in Cornwall, even though they asked you to wear a mask, if you refused, they couldn't.
No, they can't stop you from going in.
But it's just one of them things. I wore it anyway, so
yeah. But when we went down, as we were driving down, there were big signs saying how high COVID. We were entering a high zone.
They do incubus, but what they say is wearing a mask. If I wear a mask, I'm protecting everyone else. Because if I cough in that mask, 90% of any germs will be caught in the mask. If what I'm breathing in, it'll still go in through the masks, but you're spreading less disease. So the person wearing the mask is actually protecting people if they've got it, not the other way around.
Yeah, you're not protecting yourself, you're protecting other people.
Yeah, you're not protecting yourself, you're just protecting other people with wearing masks. But yeah, I still wear them. If we go out in certain places, I will still wear that mask. But I think that's going to be what I think people are going to do this for a long time to come yet. I think people, especially the elderly ones, and our age group, maybe early 30s, mid 30s. Well, no, I mean, we're 50s. But what I'm saying is the younger ones won't wear them. The younger ones will, as soon as they can come off, will take them off. I think Scotty's got his head on his shoulders, but I think the older generation, they're going to be the ones that are going to find it very difficult because they remember things when they were younger, when we weren't even about, you know, and it's like, it like sticks to them.
Yeah, I think them masks do, with filters in, they do protect you as well. But the normal masks, it's more for.
Yeah,
I've got them with filters in, but I probably can't breathe in them.
Yolanda's going to get a bell and ring it as I shout unclean.
Jules has made a good point.
No, you see, if I were going to hairdressers or to have a facial or anything like that, it'd be straight on. I wouldn't even think about it. I've been for my x-ray today, I didn't even think about it. My mask was on.
Yeah. I do in hospitals.
But I mean, bless her, I had my mum in Meadowhall 5 hours with hers on. Bless her.
I love my mask as I can call mouth at idiots in shops while looking at them.
I know. I'm youngish, 37. You are youngish. You are young. But again, you cut that category. You're at that 35. You've gone above that 35 point where I think for us, I think we will be wearing the masks a lot longer than what we need to. Do you know? I got box of us disposable masks from Amazon. They are great. Yolanda used to love the 2 meter rule. We asked patients to change their mask to. John had that. I didn't have that in Allamshire. In Allamshire. When I went in Allamshire other week, they never asked me to change to my mask, and mine were my own mask. You know, the cotton, not cotton. Yeah, it's cotton, isn't it, or whatever it is, a material one. And they never asked me to change mask or anything. And I think they should have, because Chesterfield Hospital, as soon as you walk in, you have to put an hospital one on if you've got another one. But no, Allamshire weren't doing it. Wearing a mask for long periods of time is not good. You're inhaling carbon Yes, exactly. That were a big thing, weren't it, as well, Urquibus, about people making themselves poorly because they'd wore the mask that long that they were inhaling. They were inhaling wrong stuff.
Yeah, you inhale CO2, don't you? Carbon dioxide.
Yeah. As long as you keep your eyes neutral, you can say it out loud and then start looking around as if it's somebody else. They are Scotty, that's what we're all saying. Then good to hide your facial expressions from other people. At the start, we were doing patients tempt, fill out, symptoms, gel mask. Now they got rid of it. Do you know, Gemma? They need to bring it back in.
You want to laugh? My tooth came out, and I have a fear since the last visit to the dentist when I would take a tooth out, and I had a trauma after. So me wearing a mask is a blessing, also.
Oh, bless you! I had that though, Joe. I had a traumatic tooth pulled out. I ended up having 9 injections in my face because the numpty. What he'd done is it numbed round my gum, and it numbed all around the bottom of the gum, and he'd numbed back, and he started pulling, but he'd not numbed my cheek.
Oh.
So instead of numbing my cheek, the idiot put more numbing into the gum. And obviously, because it was one at double teeth at back, he just numbed more thing, and he's at it again trying to pull it, and I'm screaming in the chair, and I'm pointing to my cheek, and I just turned around, I says, "You've not numbed my cheek." I says, "I can feel everything." And then I had to go and sit and wait 20 minutes while they numbed my cheek, and then afterwards I got to sit with my head forward, and John had got to watch me. So I didn't bite my cheek off or bite my tongue off because my mouth had 9 needles in for numbing. And we were going down to Norfolk that same day. We were going down to Norfolk for a week on boat that day because I thought I'd be straight in and out and have it pulled. And no, it were a right nightmare. But I've changed dentists, so I don't go to that dentist anymore.
I think the only thing that I fear more than spiders is dentists.
Do you? Yeah, I like dentists. I like
first time they said to me, "I've got to have a filling," they'll have to put me to sleep because there is no way.
So many people say that, don't they? About it, yeah.
I'm petrified. And my mum, bless her, she went with a bad tooth, and they took wrong one out.
Really?
Really? Yeah, they took wrong one out.
No, that's not good.
It's not good at all.
Don't go back to that dentist, Joe. Go and find a different dentist. I'll tell you now, there is some good dentists about there. There's these arrogant joggers who jog right past you, huffing and puffing in my face, and now I walk with a lit cigarette. Best bit of advice: bring headphones and music and dark glasses.
Dentists treat me like a kiddie. I'm going to ask for a badge as well next time. I said to him,
I want a lolly.
You have to treat me like a kid.
Remember when you used to go to dentist and they give a lollipop after you'd had your teeth done or you'd been to dentist? Our dentist used to give us a lolly, a sugar-free lolly, yeah. And that's what they used to give. So funny. Right, guys. I think we're going to leave it here for tonight. But thank you so much for joining us and coming and chatting. Welcome to all new ETA family members that have joined us. Thank you to all. Welcome to everybody who's joining us that's new to ETA. And I do hope you come and join us again because we have a good night and we're all good people. Evening, Paul.
That'd be good. Put 3D video goggles on. Could have, in fact, it'd be brilliant. I go to the dentist every week if they give me that VR thing and I could play
PlayStation on VR. Yeah, good topics tonight. Yeah, I think so too. So So anyway, we shall catch you all later. So it's goodbye from
me.
Goodbye from.
Good night. Take care, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Love you loads. Take care, guys, and we'll see you for live tomorrow night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You stay.